Hello and welcome back to Otaku Daikun. Dai here, and this video is going to serve as my response to the fledgling website animefeminist.com, which aims to change the anime industry by being more hospitable to Western feminists. I'd like to start off by saying I have no qualms with feminism, as an honest attempt to bring societal systematic equality to women for privilege, opportunity, as well as labor intensity. What I do take issue with is the first world agenda of claiming fictional media is responsible for real-life sexism. In fact, I have an entire episode planned to speak to that more in depth, but the key to take from it is that both sexualized, fan service-heavy anime, as well as conservative, female empowerment anime, are each fantasy fulfillment on equal ground. One is not inherently more correct than the other. They're just two different tastes in narrative being catered to by creators of fiction. I refuse to take claims of objectification seriously, because 9 times out of 10, it's the feminist or critic who's actually doing the objectifying. Animefeminist.com is no exception. They have an article comparing Black Lagoon to Gurren Lagann and how they each handle showing off their main female leads, Revi and Yoko. They criticize Yoko's portrayal in Gurren Lagann in terms of camera angles, interactions, and poses to conclude that Yoko is clearly more sexualized and objectified than Revi in similar instances. They claim this sexualization undermines Yoko's character, which I find to be a load of garbage. Yoko and her body are definitely a sex symbol in the world of anime, with a plethora of amazing cosplays and lewd works of fan art to go around. But who on earth said that a woman's body can't contribute to her character? Gurren Lagann is told from a male perspective, with both Simon and Kamina serving to promote a sense of manliness within the show's philosophy. We see Yoko enter the world from their perspective, which often focuses on her through a male gaze. But this actually develops how she fits in with the other characters. She's something of a spectacle that Simon especially is overwhelmed by. Her clothing and her body inevitably shape how she's perceived by others. And that actually brings us deeper into her character, and shifts the mood of the anime. One thing that always stands out to me is Yoko's maternal nature. Complain how you will about Simon landing face first into Yoko's breasts, but her reaction and subsequent move of pulling him further to protect him from danger says a lot about her. Clearly, Yoko isn't ashamed of her body, and doesn't see a reason to hide it. On the contrary, she uses her womanly features in a very natural way. This is supported later on when Yoko becomes a school teacher, moving that maternal side of herself into an actual career. Arguably, she's too emphatic a character for shallow minds to comprehend, so they resort to crying objectification. Revi isn't supposed to be developed in a similar manner at all. In fact, despite her outfit, her femininity is kinda pushed aside with her tough attitude and tomboyish demeanor. Both are great characters, but are drastically different ones, and it's in part thanks to their sexual portrayal that they're so diverse. Seriously though, the site is already off on the wrong foot by trying to tear apart an anime as classic and beloved as Gurren Lagann. It was highly successful, and is still enjoyed by many fans. If you want a feminist-friendly anime experience, you cannot start by attacking the fandom and belittling otaku. For one, I'm actually proud to say that anime isn't made to pander to me or Western feminists. Japan isn't having this first-world dilemma of fictional women needing to be policed, and isn't feeling the need to embrace any subsection of Western culture. Western anime fans are able to find and support the things they love about the anime industry, and waifu wars and fan service just happen to be one of those things. Sites like the Mary Sue and anime feminists need to stop battling the fandom and instead find their place within it. The truth is, there's nothing wrong with anime as is. Certain groups just don't like or appreciate the fan service as much as others. Thankfully, there are tons of anime that I would consider to be feminist-friendly, without skimpy outfits, damsels in distress, airheaded moe blobs, or senseless fan service moments. I know because I've been watching anime for quite some time, and have completed over 500 of them. I feel like I could promote feminism in anime simply by going into a lightning round of worthwhile, feminist-friendly anime right here and now, and it'd be far more supportive and hospitable to anime feminists than the judgmental war going on via social media. So I will. Orange, about a girl who starts to fall for a boy she knows might die within 10 years. Natsuyuki Rendezvous, about a man who falls for an older woman but is rivaled by her ex-husband's ghost. Snow White with the red hair, about a woman overcoming obscurity to become a better herbalist and to be closer to her love interest. Yona of the Dawn, about a naive princess having to reclaim her kingdom after a brutal coup d'etat. Sweetness and Lightning, about a single father learning to make great food for his daughter. Amanchu, about two girls starting a friendship based around scuba diving. Anohana, about childhood friends trying to find closure years after one of their groupmates died. Aoharu, Ex Machine Gun, about a tough girl who pretends to be a man in order to play on a men's team in airsoft tournaments. Aoi Hana, about an all-girls school with sweet, timid Yuri romance. Arakawa Under the Bridge, about a rich guy living with the homeless to repay a debt. Princess Arete, about a young princess refusing to become bride to her male suitors. Bamboo Blade, about an all-girls kendo team. Sailor Moon, because duh. Brotherhood Final Fantasy XV, about a group of pretty boys on a road trip. 5 centimeters per second, about a distant love between two teens. Pretty much anything else made by Makoto Shinkai, which is a lot. Cardcaptor Sakura, duh. Chrono Crusade, about a church-affiliated female demon hunter. Coppelion, about 3 girls wandering post-apocalyptic Japan in search of survivors. Pretty much anything made by Studio Ghibli ever. There are a lot of films to look at. Time of Eve, about discrimination of androids. Final Fantasy VII Advent Children, which has Pretty Boy Cloud and Badass Tifa. Flying Witch, about a witch in training, living quietly in a rural town. Free, about a shirtless, toned male swim team. So duh. Full Metal Alchemist, which features a woman mechanic and well-respected female soldiers. DN Angel, about a young boy who transforms into a phantom thief. Daily Lives of High School Boys, a pure but hilarious light comedy about goofy high schoolers. Gare Zero, about 2 girls in high school, tasked with defeating paranormal entities. Ghost in the Shell, about who is perhaps the toughest woman in all of anime. Silver Spoon, about a city boy who attends a rural agricultural school. Gravitation, about gay pop rock idols. Gugude Kokuri-san, about a tiny doll-like girl who is surrounded by spiritual beings. Haibane Renmei, about a community of winged people. Hanasaku Iroha, about a city girl working at a struggling ryokan. Wandering Sun, about elementary schoolers exploring their gender identities. Now and Then, Here and There, which is dark but presents sex in a very mature way. Inari Konkon, about a clumsy girl who befriends a local fox spirit. She and Her Cat, Everything Flows, about a girl coming of age from the perspective of her cat. Kata no Kyokai, which stars a tomboyish, knife-wielding badass. His and Her Circumstances, about a girl whose sense of perfection gets threatened by a boy in her class. Kimi to Boku, a slice of life following 5 high school boys, one of whom is very girly. Kino's Journey, about an androgynous girl exploring a strange yet fascinating world. Kiznaiver, about a group of high schoolers forced to share each other's pain. Last Exile, about airships, warfare, and sky exploration. Mikaku City Actors, an exploration of different teens with special powers. Paranoia Agent, which explores its cast in a very human, thoughtful way. Nightwalker, about a private eye vampire. Number 6, about 2 young men on the run in a semi-futuristic city. Noir, about 2 skilled female assassins. One Punch Man, about a ridiculously strong yet underappreciated hero. Wolf Children, about a single mother raising 2 wolf-human hybrid children. Spice and Wolf, about a merchant who travels with a wolf god. Oran High School Host Club, about a girl who pretends to be a man so she can pay off her debt at a male host club. Princess Nine, about an ambitious, troubled girls' baseball team. Pumpkin Scissors, about a noble who leads an organization providing war relief. Read or Die, about a group of sisters who can control paper. Relife, about an adult who's given the chance to relive his senior year at high school. Robotics Notes, about a girl who wants to build a giant robot. Kids on the Slope, about 2 boys and their love for jazz music. Patima Inverted, about a world in which a percentage of the population has inverted gravity. Sakura Wars, about a female art theater troupe fighting demons. Beautiful Bones, Sakurako's Investigation, about a woman detective who loves bones. Serial Experiments Lane, a psychological exploration of the digital world. Sentimental Journey, a series of short stories about 12 different girls and their experiences with love. Your Lie in April, about a spirited violinist who tries her best to pull a young piano prodigy out of a major slump. Attack on Titan, about a youthful team of soldiers fighting against a Titan invasion. Skip Beat, about a girl trying to get even with her cheating boyfriend by besting him in showbiz. Slayers, mainly for featuring the awesome Lena Inverse. Sono Hanabida, pretty much the cutest damn Yuri you'll ever see. Summer Wars, about a boy who's invited to the countryside to pretend to be a girl's boyfriend in front of her family, and cyber terrorism takes over. You're Under Arrest, about a pair of female police officers. Tales of the Abyss, about a spoiled nobleman forced to confront the outside world. The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, about a girl who can time travel. Yay! My Little Monster, about a studious girl who forms a relationship with a rowdy boy at school. Tonari no Seki-kun, about a girl who keeps getting distracted by her desk mate in class. Trigun, a Wild West anime with science fiction elements. Space Brothers, about two brothers who dream of going to the moon together. Bunny Drop, about a single father who adopts an antisocial orphan girl. Hakuoki, a reverse harem in which a girl is surrounded by men of the Shinsengumi. Reikan, about a girl who can talk to ghosts. Moribito, about a strong woman escorting and protecting a young prince. Wolf's Rain, about a group of wolves who can turn into men that seek their promised land. Hibike Euphonium, about a hard-working concert band. Kimi ni Todoke, about a social outcast making friends and falling in love. Natsume's Book of Friends, about a boy who can see spirits just like her grandmother. Chi's Sweet Home, about an adorable little kitten. Days, about a kind klutz who joins a competitive high school soccer team. And last but not least, Yuri on Ice, the gayest skating anime you'll ever see. And I mean that in a good way. So yeah, I'd be in total support of a website like Anime Feminist if only they supported and shared their love for shows like these instead of tearing other ones up and attacking lovers of fan service. What do you all think? Do you find anime sexist? Do you have an issue with fan service? Do you think anime can be feminist friendly? I'd love to have an intelligent discussion about this topic, so please keep the comments rolling. If you enjoyed this video, then please be sure to like it and subscribe to Otaku Daikun for more anime lists, reviews, discussions, and let's plays. Until the next video, celebrate your fandom.